Hi, I'm Lily. Today I'm going to read you the story The Beast and the Bethany from page 75 to page 84. Let's read it. From page 75 to 84. Let's read it. The Missing Cake. The movie was a boring one, filled with various flying people who kept shouting at each other. Ebenezer was also irritated by the people in front of him who laughed loudly at every bad joke that the flying people made. He was feeling grumpy when he came back into the house, but his mood soon perked up when he noticed that there was no sign of Bethany. Clearly, she had put herself to bed. Ebenezer's mood was further improved when he noticed that all the cake had disappeared from the kitchen. He was delighted by the thought that Bethany had eaten it all. Surely, if she had eaten 2 whole chocolate cakes, then she would be big enough for the beast to eat. Ebenezer couldn't contain his curiosity. He had to see Bethany and find out what she looked like. She jumped up the stairs, taking 2 at a time, and headed to the 8th floor. This was where the biggest bedroom in the house was, and it was almost certainly going to be the one that Bethany had chosen for herself. Ebenezer took a peek in the room and found Bethany lying like a starfish on the bed. She was snoring and her fingers were covered in cake. Ebenezer crept into the room to take a closer look. He was disappointed by what he found. Bethany didn't look any bigger than she had been before he went to the movies. It was also very strange. There was lots of chocolate cakes in her hands, but there were hardly any signs of it around her mouth. He wondered how this had happened. On the bedside table, Bethany had laid out a crumped photograph from her box. It was a black and white, faded image of a man with a mustache and a woman without any mustache was sober. They were sat on a pebble beach. The man was carrying a skull baby in his arms. Wallace, the woman had a large newspaper in hers. Ebenezer returned the photograph to the table and crept back out of the room. His bedroom was located in the 14th floor, so he headed upstairs. As he was walking, he noticed that there was something strange about the pictures and antiques which lined the walls. He stopped to take a closer look at one and gasped in horror. "Oh, no," he said as he realized why there was so much chocolate on Bethany's fingers and yet none around her mouth. It was because Bethany hadn't eaten the second cake. She had used it to dawdle over all of Ebenezer's paintings and antiques. Ebenezer ran up to the 11th floor to see what she had done to his favorites. It was worse than he had expected. Bethany had smelled a pair of chocolate icing spectacles on the woman with a backwards nose, and she had drawn ice cream smile on the faces of the married couple so that they now looked quite happy to see each other. She had also given a crazy treacle tough sauce hairdo to the cigar smoking skeleton. Ebenezer ran over to his precious picture of the golden boy. He fell to his knees. Because look at this. The skeleton, the cigar, and this picture is Ebenezer's favorite. It's called the golden boy that I told you yesterday, and this golden boy has a mustache and lots of hair. And look, there is some words that wrote Bethany. Dear Ebenezer, you should have taken me to the movies. Lots of love, Wiggly. Oh. No, what has she done to you? He sobbed. Bethany had turned the golden boy's hair black by smearing cake into the picture. She had She had also added a truffle tough sauce mustache to his lips so that he now looked ridiculous instead of beautiful. Underneath the picture, spelled out in chocolate capital letters, Bethany had left a message. Oh, all of this letter is capital letters. Dear Ebenezer, you should have taken me to the movies. Lots of love, Wickling. Ebenezer stormed upstairs with hot tears burning in his eyes. He burst open the attic door and was surprised to find that the beast was not in its usual position. The beast was waddling from one end of the room to the other. It was moving slowly, with great effort, and thick, syrupy bits of sweat were pouring off its body. Ebenezer rushed over to help, asking, "What's the matter?" "Everything's fine. Everything's fine," said the beast, even though it was clearly that everything was not fine. It was out of breath, and its three eyes were spinning with exhaustion. "I'm exercising." The beast never usually exercised and normally made a point of moving as little as possible. Ebenezer wondered why there had been a sudden change in its behavior. "Is it Bethany called you a bluff?" asked Ebenezer. It's got nothing to do with that," said the beast crossly. It sat down in the middle of the room and let out a relieved groan. "Why are you here?" "I'm here because I can't stand Bethany anymore," said Ebenezer. "She ruined all my pictures and antiques. That there isn't a single one left which hasn't been destroyed by cake." The beast yawned. Its three eyes were dropping with exhaustion and boredom. Please, will you just eat her before she does anything else?" asked Ebenezer. The beast perked up. Its eyes were now wide open with interest. "You should have said that she was ready before, old boy. Do you mean to say that she is now big enough for me to eat?" Ebenezer looked at his feet. "She's a little bit bigger than yesterday," he began. "Tell the truth, Ebenezer. Is there enough meat on her bones?" "Probably not. Oh, but I can't bear it anymore. Do you know what she did to my picture of the golden boy?" "No, I'm sorry. No, and I'm sorry. But I just don't care," said the beast. "Frankly, you're annoying me again. I give you unto youth and everything that your heart desires, and all I ask in return is for you to babysit and feed a small girl for me. If you can't keep control over one little child, it's not my problem. But all those paintings and antiques, they're ruined." The beast sighed. It closed its three black eyes and shut its traveling mouth. It wiggled its blob of body, whilst making a low humming sound. Then, all of a sudden, it opened its mouth and vomited out a variety of cleaning utensils on the floor, ever so slightly covered with dribble. There were mops, sponges, bottles of cleaning liquid, and one of those tiny cleaning brushes that looked like a broken toothbrush. Ebenezer bent down and scooped them all up in his arms. "Thank you," he said, making his new way towards the door. "Thank you so much." "Oh," said Ebenezer. "Oh, and Ebenezer, do let me know if you need any help when it comes to controlling Bethany. Your constant moaning is beginning to try my patience. I hate to be in a bad mood with you. There's no telling that I might do," said the beast. Ebenezer used every utensil the beast had vomited at him, the mop, sponges, cleaning liquid, and each tiny brush to try and save his favorite picture from a chocolatey death. With great patience, he managed to remove the spectacle and hairdo from the skeleton and the lady with the backward nose, and he finished the picture of the married couple to make sure that they were once again unhappy to see each other. Finally, he worked on the picture of the golden boy. He spent much more time and much more attention fixing this one. After an hour of careful cleaning, the golden boy was back to being beautiful. Ebenezer decided that he would start cleaning the rest of the paintings and antiques after Bethany. It was the belly of the beast. There was no point in doing it whilst she was still in the house to do more nasty things at them. After such a lot of cleaning, Ebenezer was tired. He crawled into bed and put his head on the pillow. It made a farting sound. What on earth? Ebenezer sat up and looked at the pillow suspiciously. He lay down on it, and it farted again. He reached a hand underneath the pillow and found Bethany's whoopee cushion. That's it, he shouted to the empty room. He squeezed the whoopee cushion angrily, and it farted once more. I have to find a way to control her. Bye!